Have you ever wondered why Scandinavian homes feel so calm the moment you walk inside? The answer isn't what they display, it's what they choose to keep out of sight. These small choices make their homes feel cleaner, larger, and far more peaceful. Today, you'll discover 20 things Scandinavians almost never leave on display. You may even spot several of them in your own home before this video ends. Subscribe and join us for more practical inspiration. Let's begin with the first thing you'll almost never see in a Scandinavian home: family photos covering every surface. Scandinavians love family memories, but they rarely fill every shelf and table with photo frames. Instead, they display only a few photographs that truly mean the most. Too many frames can make a beautiful room feel visually crowded. A few carefully chosen photos stand out far more than dozens competing for attention. For Scandinavians, memories are treasured in the heart, not on every surface. Stacks of old magazines and newspapers. Scandinavians don't let piles of old magazines or newspapers take over their coffee tables or shelves. Once they've been read, they're usually recycled, donated, or stored neatly out of sight. Leaving them on display quickly makes even a beautiful room feel untidy. Clear surfaces instantly make a home feel brighter, cleaner, and more relaxing. For Scandinavians, less paper on display means more peace in the room. Scandinavian homes rarely fill every shelf with dozens of decorative objects. Instead, they choose just a few pieces that have meaning or timeless beauty. Empty space is treated as part of the design, not something that needs filling. This allows every carefully chosen object to stand out instead of competing for attention. For Scandinavians, displaying less often creates a home that feels more elegant. Scandinavians rarely leave bottles of detergent, sprays, or sponges sitting on kitchen counters or bathroom sinks. Instead, these everyday items are stored neatly inside cabinets or under the sink. Hiding cleaning supplies instantly makes a room feel cleaner and more organized. Even the most beautiful home loses its charm when cleaning products are always on display. For Scandinavians, a clean home doesn't need to advertise how it's cleaned. Bulky exercise equipment in the living room. Scandinavians value staying active, but they rarely let treadmills, exercise bikes, or weights dominate their living spaces. Fitness equipment is usually kept in a dedicated room, tucked neatly into storage or folded away after use. The living room is meant for relaxing, connecting with family, and enjoying a peaceful atmosphere. Keeping exercise gear out of sight helps the space feel open, welcoming, and uncluttered. For Scandinavians, every room has a purpose, and the living room is designed for living. Scandinavians enjoy traveling, but they rarely fill their homes with souvenirs from every holiday. Instead, they keep only a few pieces that hold real personal meaning. Too many souvenirs can quickly make shelves feel crowded and distracting. A single meaningful keepsake often tells a stronger story than an entire collection. For Scandinavians, the best travel memories live in experiences, not in clutter. Scandinavians rarely leave phone chargers, laptop cables, and extension cords spread across tables and countertops. Instead, they hide cables inside drawers, cable boxes, or built-in organizers. Clean surfaces immediately make a room feel more modern and relaxing. Even expensive interiors lose their beauty when tangled cables are left on display. For Scandinavians, technology should be useful, not become part of the decoration. Large collections of artificial flowers. Scandinavians prefer bringing nature indoors instead of filling their homes with artificial flowers. A single fresh bouquet or one healthy houseplant often replaces dozens of plastic decorations. Natural greenery adds warmth, texture, and life without making a room feel crowded. Simplicity allows every natural element to become a beautiful focal point. For Scandinavians, nature is always the best decoration. Scandinavians enjoy watching television, but they rarely let it become the centerpiece of the entire living room. Instead, the television blends naturally into the overall design. Furniture is arranged to encourage conversation, relaxation, and time together, not just screen time. A balanced living room feels warmer, calmer, and far more inviting. For Scandinavians, the home is designed around people, not the television. Scandinavians rarely keep bread makers, popcorn machines, juicers, and other rarely used appliances covering their kitchen counters. Instead, only the appliances they use every day stay within easy reach. Everything else is stored inside cabinets until it's actually needed. Clear countertops make the kitchen feel larger, cleaner, and much easier to use. For Scandinavians, a functional kitchen is better than a crowded one. Scandinavians love books, but they rarely keep shelves packed with titles they no longer use or enjoy. Instead, they regularly donate, share, or pass books on to someone else. Their bookshelves hold books they truly love or plan to read again. This gives every book room to breathe and makes the shelf feel lighter and more inviting. For Scandinavians, a bookshelf is carefully curated, not simply filled. Scandinavians rarely let letters, bills, and paperwork pile up on kitchen counters or dining tables. Instead, they deal with them quickly or file them neatly out of sight. Small paper piles can make an organized home feel instantly messy. A simple filing system keeps important documents easy to find without creating visual clutter. For Scandinavians, organized paperwork creates a more organized home. Designer logos and luxury brands on display. Scandinavians appreciate quality, but they rarely decorate their homes by showcasing expensive brand names. Instead, they let craftsmanship, natural materials, and timeless design speak for themselves. A home feels more welcoming when it reflects your personality instead of your purchases. Quiet elegance often leaves a stronger impression than obvious luxury. For Scandinavians, true style is something you experience, not something you display. Scandinavians rarely leave shoes spread across the hallway or by the front door. Instead, every pair has a dedicated place inside a shoe cabinet. An organized entrance instantly makes the entire home feel cleaner and more welcoming. The first few steps inside the house set the mood for every room that follows. For Scandinavians, a peaceful home begins right at the front door. Scandinavians rarely leave cupboards filled with random containers in different colors, sizes, and styles. Instead, they choose matching storage containers that create a clean and organized look. Uniform storage makes cupboards easier to use and everyday items easier to find. Even simple shelves feel calmer when everything looks consistent. For Scandinavians, organization is just as much about visual harmony as it is about storage. Scandinavian children have plenty of toys, but they rarely leave them scattered throughout the house all day. Instead, toys are gathered into baskets, drawers, or cabinets after playtime. This simple habit keeps shared spaces calm without stopping children from having fun. Tidying up becomes part of everyday family life from an early age. For Scandinavians, every toy has a home once playtime is over. Scandinavians rarely keep half-use bottles, expired products, or dozens of cosmetics covering their bathroom shelves. Instead, they keep only the products they actually use every day. Everything else is finished, recycled, or thrown away when it's no longer needed. A simplified bathroom feels cleaner, fresher, and much easier to maintain. For Scandinavians, daily essentials deserve space, but unnecessary products don't. Scandinavians love candles, but they rarely display dozens of them in every corner of the home. Instead, they keep only a few carefully chosen candles that complement the room. Too many decorative candles can make shelves and tables feel busy instead of cozy. A few beautiful candles create a warmer atmosphere than an entire collection. For Scandinavians, coziness comes from simplicity, not quantity. Scandinavians enjoy decorating for Christmas, Easter, and other holidays, but they rarely leave seasonal decor on display once the season has passed. When the celebration ends, everything is carefully packed away until next year. This keeps the home feeling fresh instead of visually overloaded. Seasonal decorations feel much more special when they only appear at the right time. Scandinavians rarely keep empty boxes from electronics, shoes, or household products on display or stacked around the home. Unless they're genuinely needed, the packaging is recycled or stored neatly out of sight. Empty boxes quickly create unnecessary visual clutter without adding any value. Clear cupboards and storage spaces are reserved for things they actually use. For Scandinavians, keeping the product matters, not keeping the packaging. Scandinavians rarely use their kitchen counters as a place to drop keys, wallets, receipts, or shopping bags. Instead, everything has a dedicated place somewhere else in the home. Clear worktops make the kitchen feel larger, brighter, and easier to use. A clutter-free counter also makes cooking and cleaning much more enjoyable. For Scandinavians, the countertop is for preparing food, not storing everyday clutter. Unused furniture that serves no purpose. Scandinavians rarely keep chairs, tables, or cabinets simply because there's empty space to fill. Every piece of furniture is expected to have a clear purpose. Removing unnecessary furniture makes a room feel larger, brighter, and easier to move through. Open space is considered just as valuable as the furniture itself. For Scandinavians, Less furniture often creates a more comfortable home. Scandinavians rarely keep chipped vases, faded ornaments, or broken decorations on display. If something can be repaired, they repair it. If not, they let it go. Keeping damaged items only makes a home feel neglected instead of welcoming. Every visible object is chosen because it adds beauty or serves a purpose. For Scandinavians, caring for the home also means knowing when to say goodbye. You don't have to change everything today. Start by removing just one thing that doesn't belong, and you'll be surprised how much calmer your home begins to feel. Scandinavian homes aren't beautiful because they have more. They're beautiful because they choose what truly deserves a place. Small, thoughtful changes made over time create a home that's easier to clean, easier to enjoy, and far more peaceful to live in. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more simple Scandinavian ideas, and let us know which habit you're going to try first in your own home. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.